everyone.
Hello.
So we are back. My mom and I are making homemade laundry soap.
Yay.
Yay! You guys excited? She needs laundry soap. So how long have you been making this recipe?
Oh my gosh. 5 years? 4 or 5 years? Does that sound right?
Been that long or longer?
I
That was
don't
before we had
know.
oils.
Hang on. Guess what? 2013.
There you go, 2013. She printed it off. So we're going to show you our steps. It is something that has to sit overnight. And if mom gets pictures tomorrow and can share those, we've been having some technical issues. If we can get those tomorrow and she can show you how it congeals and all of that, we'll show you that. But we need to get going here. We got everything measured out. So I'm going to turn this around. So you've got 4 or 5 cups?
4 cups.
4 cups of warm or hot tap water. And it's going over here in this big pot. The reason we're doing this is, we'll see, my stand may not stay because this is a slippery surface, is we need to put the full Fells Naphtha grated bar. So this is 1 full Fells Naphtha bar grated with a cheese grater. And it's going to be dumped in. So this has to dissolve completely. And so you do it on medium-low heat. Mom's going to stir it in there.
It takes a while to
Yeah, it does take a little while to dissolve. But the other thing I do is while that's dissolving, I actually kind of change the steps. I don't know if Mom does this. She's looking at me funny. So here's your 5-gallon bucket. Your laundry soap is all going to go into this bucket, okay? So that's one of the other things you're going to need is your 5-gallon bucket, and you need lots of warm water. Because one of the things you're going to do, and this is what I do while I'm waiting for that to melt, is I take my cup of Super Washing Arm & Hammer Laundry Booster. So you have to make sure it's super washing soda and it's Arm & Hammer, not baking soda, okay? Then you need 1/2 cup of the borax, okay? There's a lot of controversy over borax versus using it or not using it. Here are my personal thoughts. Some of those controversies are due to like EWG, which is a great place to kind of look up ingredients. Borax is one that they rate as really high as being bad, but it's been around for many, many, many years. And really when you look at the science behind it, you're hopefully not eating it, consuming it.
Since 1891.
Yeah, since 1891, it's been a very natural substance, and there's not really a lot of things backing. EWG is also a place that companies can pay extra money for their products to be cleared and approved. But then when you look at their individual ingredients in those products and you look up those ingredients on the EWG website, they'll say they're really toxic. So you have to be really careful of that, okay? Very sad, I know, very scary. But borax, for me personally, looking at it, looking at the science behind it, looking at what it is as an ingredient, and knowing that as sensitive as I am and being tested by my holistic specialist, it is not something that bothers me. But also it is not as toxic. It's toxic if you eat it. It's a cleaning agent. Hopefully you're not eating your cleaning agents. That's the biggest thing, and that's why you don't want it in like your lipsticks, lip glosses, your face stuff, because it's actually sitting in your skin, not diluted. Whereas this is going to make 10 gallons of soap, and you've only got 1/2 cup of your borax in there. So it's highly, highly diluted, okay? And it does say on here, can be an eye irritant because it is a powder. That is true with any powders or anything going in your eyes can be an irritant. And then it may be harmful if swallowed. Very true. It's cleansing. It can be very toxic to the body. So that's something you're hopefully not eating the detergent at all. So that is just a little side note of why I still am okay with using borax. I don't use it in my beauty products, but I do use it in my laundry soap because it gets highly concentrated, and it's a lot less. So that's my personal opinion. Everyone has their own. I know there are other recipes out there that take the borax out. And if you know you're one who is allergic to borax or is sensitive to borax, there are other recipes out there that take that out, okay? The other thing we have, so Mom's got the bucket there.
Half full.
Ooh, it's half full, hot water. So what I do now is I tend to add this, and usually I just stick my thing under the sink and let it fill, because it kind of stirs it in. But that's the cup of Arm & Hammer washing. Mom can't fit it in there, so that's why we're doing it this way. And then we have, this is the borax. And the next thing we're going to end up adding is
the melting.
Our melted stuff. You can see it's starting to melt, but you can still see chunks and you can see the soap. You can use a really good natural, like straight Dove unscented bath bar if you really want to. That is an option. You have to be careful with that. I've preferred the Fells Neptha. It works better for me. Mom's agreeing. Did you break out with the Dove? Yeah, Dove broke us out. I know they say there's sensitive skin ones, but there are toxins in the Dove typically as well. So this is one that I have not had reactions to. I have had people, I have not tried it, that use the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate instead of this in their soap. I have not done it because I haven't figured out the right proportions to make it equivalent to this, okay? So that is an option. If you're one who does figure that out, let me know. All right. I'm going to turn this around while she's stirring, and I was going to show you the oils she picked to put in. So that is another thing, is when I first made these, I didn't know what essential oils were when I first had this recipe. Let's see if my stand will stand here. It's a slippery counter. Sorry guys, you get my hand. It's fine, it's working. All right, so what we're gonna do is some Purify. She's gonna add Purify because she has lots of that, and Island Mint. A lot of people love Purify essential oil blend. It's great for laundry. I don't like it by itself, but I love it mixing it with another scent. So she's got lots of Island Mint. She went to see what she's got, because I usually say you want, if you're doing 2 different ones, probably half of each bottle in there, because again, it makes 10 gallons of laundry soap. Her recipe does call for 10 to 15 per 2 gallons. I look at that as it's going to make 10 in the end, and that is because you're making the concentrate right now in the bucket. That's 5 gallons. Then you're taking half of that, putting it in whatever container you can reuse. What do you use? You reuse an old laundry detergent container? Yep. So she uses an old laundry detergent container. I've used one of those glass, stainless steel, big tea jars that you can get. I've got an IKEA. They have them in a lot of places. So I use that, and I fill that halfway with the soap. Once it's sat and done its thing for 24 hours, because it'll congeal, and then you have to stir it, and that's usually when you add your oils in, is when it's all cool. You can add them before that if you want, and I've done that, but I tend to, it depends on my mood, how I'm feeling. Citrus oils, if things are hot, will disappear really quickly, so you may have to add more later. So that's why a lot of times they say do it when it's cool, because then you'll get the full benefit of the oil scent that you're looking for and the full benefit of the oils. The other thing to keep in mind is when you fill it halfway, you're adding water. So that's why it makes 10 gallons. Really cheap. How much would you say this is once you've made the investment in these products?
Well, I mean, this is about the laundry super soda you said about $5.
$5, yeah.
Borax is about the same.
Yeah.
But you're not using.
You're only using, as you guys saw, a little bit. So really, if you break down the cost,
And then the Fells Naphtha is not around.
yeah,
the
your
same
Fells
price.
Naphtha is like $1, $2,
Yeah.
depending where you get it. Maybe you don't have a bucket laying around. Maybe you need to go buy one. That might cost you $5 or so.
I think it was about $2.50.
$2.50. Okay. So it's not a huge investment, and then you have stuff that lasts. For me, it's probably about once a year when I make this. How often do you make it, Mom?
Oh, more than that.
More than that.
I do it at least twice a year.
Twice a year. Okay. Mom does it twice a year. If I'm doing lots of laundry, it's probably twice a year. But yeah, for us, just being two of us, it's once a year.
Your dad washes a lot.
Yeah, my dad washes a lot. So it just depends. Before, when we had guinea pigs and we were washing like the stuff that they had, or when I wash Molly's blankets more often, if things get dirty more often, or for your company, yeah, I might wash things more often. It might not last as long, but that's kind of what it is for us. Yeah, so those are the tips and tricks. We'll try and show you some pictures once we get it all together, and it's super easy. It just takes a little bit of time in your day, but once this is all melted, again, you add it with this, which we have the other stuff in it, and then you fill the rest of it with hot water. You want to kind of stir it. I usually stir it before I fill it, and then you let it sit covered for 24 hours, and then it's ready to go after that, and you can use it. Super easy, super simple, and really nice for the budget.
And vinegar for the... You shared it yesterday, but
yeah,
you use vinegar for the sauce.
So for a homemade softener, we do vinegar and lemon oil. So we fill our little container. This works well in HE machines. And again, this is a liquid version, and it lasts a very long time. So it's good stuff, and it's nice and cheap. So compare your laundry soap and your ingredients and how much it costs you for laundry soap. Again, this is probably under $5 when you're actually making the soap and have all the ingredients already in your cupboard. It's a little bit less than $5 per load, or per bucket, 10 gallons.
And my bucket's an old paint bucket. So.
Yep, Mom's is an old pink bucket. Make sure it's got a lid, and you'll be happy. So, you want to say goodbye? She's stirring away over here.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, and happy Monday. Stay healthy, stay well, and happy oiling.